Are you living your best life as a salesperson or entrepreneur? Or do you find you're working all the time on this hamster wheel of life while stressed out and not financially free, which is the exact opposite of what you had signed up for, especially now in this global pandemic? If this is you, you are not alone. I found myself there in 2008 when I lost everything, including my health, and had to pivot working from home for the first time with no money. I rebuilt my life from scratch, juggling motherhood and marriage to get my life back and be recession and pandemic proof today. Now we live laptop lifestyles with our kids and are poised to travel the world together. How did we do it? Join me as I share my health and wealth and wisdom secrets, tips, tools, and expert interviews to equip you to be recession proof and live your best life. My name is Lois Kofi, and this is Healthy and Wealthy and Wise. Hey, Facebook family, this is Lois Kofi here, just with really kind of a public service announcement and a very, very serious, near and dear to my heart message. For those of you that don't know, I've been very, very passionate about the Suicide Awareness Month that is September. It's a huge month for me. It's my birthday month. It was also my mom's birthday month. And to be honest with you, I really I didn't know a whole lot about my mom because she was diagnosed schizophrenic many decades before I was born. And apparently she, tried taking her life many times. So, and I'm not going to go into the stories because there's some pretty awful stories, and it negatively impacted my family. So many levels, a lot of trauma, a lot of shame, a lot of fear, and addiction, because a lot of times when we have emotional trauma, Prince, same thing. He had a lot of trauma as a kid, and he ended up dying of an opioid overdose, right? And so I've had family members, die from addiction because of, again, that trauma. And my mom, just died this year. My brother died this year, all of essentially that trauma that was never really taken care of, that was never really truly gotten to the root cause of that dis-ease, that pain. And I feel like I'm actually here for a reason, because if my mom had been successful, I wouldn't be here. So I take my life very, very seriously. And if you know me, you're always like, why is she so driven? Why is she so intentional? I actually truly believe it was because in some ways I was given a second chance, if that makes sense. I just heard of another friend who had a suicide, and the first time they ever experienced it, and my heart went out to them. I, unfortunately, lucky to be here. My mom wasn't successful. I've had friends starting at the age of 29. My first experience with suicide directly, closely happened. And all the way leading up to last December, I had a friend who died of suicide. And suicide is up this year because of what's happening. Depression, anxiety, it's all in the Google searches. Up 80% was the stat that I heard. I'm sorry I can't source that stat for you. But I just really want to share with you from my heart that there are so many ways that we can help. And I really want you to be able to share the links that I have in the show notes here. Share with people that you know and care about. Just reach out. When in doubt, reach out. There was a time where I was in a very dark place. And if I didn't have I called them my hotline of 5 friends, like the 5 friends that I only felt like I could trust and be vulnerable with back in the day when I was going through the deepest, darkest hours of my life, where I thought dying didn't really sound like a bad idea. And since then, I've also studied holistic remedies, Reiki, energy healing. If you're an empath, you also can take on other people's energies. I am that person. And it can cause you to make choices that you otherwise normally wouldn't, like drinking too much, eating too much, emotional baggage stuff, avoidance behaviors, and of course, even killing yourself. So all of this month, I have amazing stories, have already started sharing them, very powerful stories of people who've attempted suicide and they're still here. And they're sharing their story of why and overcoming all of that. And it's not about mental illness, you guys. It's just about getting the right tools, the right support. All of that is part of my passion. So if you're not already a member of my Healthy and Wealthy and Wise Facebook community, I please ask you, implore you to join and to find other people to join, because it is the method to my madness. It is my hope to be able to bring awareness, bring hope, bring encouragement to a topic that quite honestly has a lot of stigma, and it doesn't have to. To me, suicide is not much different than diabetes, high blood pressure, all of that kind of stuff, because it's just another symptom of a much larger, deeper rooted issue that person has that led them to that event, that choice. So if you're listening right now, I have compassion, I have empathy, and I want to support and want to help. So again, if you or someone you know or care about is struggling right now, because life is hard, adulting is hard, especially when COVID-19 and this pandemic thing and working from home and all of that stuff that people aren't used to, not having that connection, that connectivity with other people. That's powerful. When in doubt, reach out, ask for help, or when in doubt, reach out, give support to someone you maybe haven't thought of for a while, you haven't heard from in a while. So that's my message today. Please share this message with others. Share my podcast link. I'm going to have some very powerful episodes this month that are timely. The first time I've ever taken a whole month to have a focus on a topic that truly, if you can overcome and acknowledge, you will be healthier, wealthier, and more wise for it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, here's to your best health, your best wealth, your best wisdom. Bye-bye for now.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, refer a friend, and please drop me a rating or a review. If you do that, I'll reward you with a free 20-minute free coaching session on crafting your journey to your best self. Reach out to me at lois@loiscoffee.com to claim your 20-minute slot. Until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.